This conference will now be recorded.
So in this drop down list, we can select one or more options. Depends upon our requirement. So today we will see how to handle this drop down list. Today we will see how to handle this drop down list. Handling drop down list. Right. Control C, Control V. Right. So this is the Facebook application. Wait for 5 seconds. Thread.sleep 5000. Close application. Driver.close. Right. Now see here, I'm going to work with this month drop down. So right click, inspect. Now see, there is a drop down called month drop down. Here, which contains the tag name is select. Which contains the tag name is select. So if it is a select, then what we have to do? So how you are going to perform the operations? So before we go and select the options in the drop down, first what we are going to do is, in this drop down, how many number of options are there, and then I want to display each and every option name. Okay, so we need to find out. Now see, under select, each and every month name is containing the tag name is with option. So first what we need to do is, we are going to find out this drop down. Under drop down, each and every option is identifying with the option. So when you want to find out the number of options in the drop down, using this option we are going to find out. Identifying drop down. So driver dot find element by dot. So here, which one I can use? Let's say I can use month. Find element, it returns web element. Hello? Yeah. right? Web element. So month drop down. Month drop down. Now here under this drop down, each and every element is containing the tag name is option. Month drop down dot find elements by dot tag name is what? Option. So find element, what it returns? It returns list of web element. List of web element. So here I can mention month names. So here I can months. The list is coming under Java util package. So here I'm trying to find out. So the number of months. Months dot size. Months dot size. Because this is my list. Under list, if you want to find out number of elements using list name dot size, I can find out the number of months. Here. Right click, run as Java application. So totally there are 13 months are there. Totally there are 13 options are there in this drop down. So I want to display each and every option name. So what I'll do, displaying what? Month names. For it's a web element. Let's say I'm giving name as, so variable name as month X, and this is my list name. List name is what? Months. List name is what? Months. Okay. Now here web element dot get text I should use, because I am trying to get the text of each and every option. So month dot get text. So what is the use of get text? Getting the text of the each and every, getting the text of each web element. So get text, what it returns? It returns string. Month name. Okay. Right click, run as Java application. So first what we are doing, we are finding the drop down. Under drop down, how many number of options are there? That we are finding it. For all the options, the tag name is option. So based on the option, we found out the number of options. So find elements, what it returns? It returns list of web element. Find element, what it returns? It returns list of web element. Okay. So here, once you get the list, to find out the number of elements, use dots. Yeah. So yeah. Any doubts so far, Rosie and Kusuma?
No.
Kusuma?
No, sir. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
No
Yeah.
doubt, sir.
Yeah, Rosie.
No, sir. No doubts.
At least, yeah, at least like him respond in the chat, madam.
Yes, sir. No doubts.
Right. So in this scenario, we found out identifying the drop down and then the number of options in the drop down that we found out. So how to select the options in the drop down? Right. See, the tag name for this drop down is select. The tag name for the drop down is select. If the drop down contains the tag name is select, WebDriver is providing a class called select class. WebDriver provided a class called select class. So under that you have different methods. So if you want to use those methods, first you should create an object for the select class. So what is the syntax for select class? Select cell is equal to new select. Here I should pass the web element of drop down. So first you should create an object for the select class like this. So whatever the WebDriver, so whatever the drop down you are working, so that web element you should pass it to this select class as creating an object. New class. Select options. You see, this code is the same. This code is the same. Because we are finding the, we are loading the application and after that we are finding the drop down. Create object for select class. So select cell is equal to new select, and here we should pass the drop down. you should pass the drop down. So select cell, import to select. Next, you created object for the select class. Okay. Now, how to select options in the drop down? There are three ways to select the options. One is based on index. Cell dot, there is a method called select by index. There is a method called select by index. So here I'm going to pass one value in between 0 to the total number of elements minus 1. Let's say when we found the total number of elements, it is giving 30, right? So we are going to provide the index value 0 to 12. 0 to 12. So that means we are providing the values totally 13 values, but we are providing the index value 0 to 12. 0 to 12. 0 means first value. 12 means 13th value. Because index always starts with 0. So now if I give like 4 means it is going to select fifth value. Okay. So one is based on the index. Okay. So now selecting the option based on index. So cell dot, there is a method called select by index. So let's say I'm selecting 4. So that means it is going to select fifth value in the drop down. Right click, run as Java application. Now see, select the option is April. This run as Java. Now look and feel is different. right? Select by index. And the second option is based on the text. So cell dot, there is a method called select by visible text. There is a method called select by visible text. Based on, okay, selecting based on visible text. So cell dot select by visible text. Now see, visible text in the sense whatever the text it is showing. Now see these names. So now here those things and all you can get it from the each and every option. From the each and every option you can get it. Okay. Now here let's say I want to select something like me. So now here I should provide the name like this. So what I'll do is just use some gap between these two so that you can see each and every operation. 3 seconds. Right click, run as Java application. Yeah, Rosie, is it fine?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay. Now first it is selected and now see it is selected May. Okay. Now see select by visible text. So based on the text you can select the option. Right. And the third option is based on value. And the third option is based on value. Cell dot select by value. So here I should provide value. Here I should provide value. Now see, for each and every option, there is a value. For each and every option, there is a value. So you can select based on the value. For each and every option, you have value. For each and every option, there is a value. So based on this value, you can select it. Okay. Now see, whatever the value is there, the corresponding option is going to select. Let's say I'm using 10. Selecting based on value.
Value.
L dot select by
Value.
value. So 10. Yeah, Rosie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my voice is clear to you, right?
Yes, sir. Right. Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, whenever you are getting this type of disturbances from my side, just you unmute yourself and uh, talk to me because uh, the chart options and all, like even I'll open it after having the program after completion of the program.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, Kusuma, you are able to hear me, right?
Sir, I can hear you.
Right. Right. So select by value. So the third option is based on the value we are going to select the corresponding option. Just use some gap. Right click, run as Java application. April, May, and then October. Yes. So this is the third option, right? So there are totally three ways to select the option. One is based on index, and the second one is based on visible text, and the third one based on the value. Totally, there are three ways to select the option. Okay. Now see, in the drop down, after opening the application, whatever you are going to see some option. You are going to see some option. So whatever the option you are seeing, so that is first selected option. So if you want to get the first selected option, that means to get a default option after application is loaded, get first selected option, cell dot, there is a method called get first selected option. Get first selected option, what it returns? It returns web element. It returns web element. And to get the text of the web element, you have to use get text. So what I'll do is I'll use complete statement in the single line only. So first I'll try to use get first selected option. So get first selected option, it returns web element, and to get the text, get text. So get text, it returns a string. So here this is the first option. So as per the application, we should get February. Default selected option. So this is the first option. That's it. Right click, run as Java application. Right click, run as. April, May, October. As per the application, the default selected option is February. So that means after application is loaded, you are getting the February. Right. See, sometimes in the drop down, you are trying to select more than one option at a time. Sometimes in the drop down, you are trying to select more than one option at a time. Some of the drop downs are allowing selecting more than one option at a time. Let us check whether this drop down is allowing to select more than one option or not. Selecting more than one option or not. Check. Drop down is supporting multiple options or not. If cell dot, there is a method called is multiple. There is a method called is multiple. Is multiple, it returns Boolean. That means it returns either true or false. If it is supporting multiple options, it returns true, else return false. So let us check. Supporting multiple options, else not supporting multiple options. Right click, run as Java application. It's not supporting multiple options. That means you can select only one option at a time. You can't select more than one option. Okay. So this drop down is supporting only one option at a time. It is not supporting multiple options. Okay. So how will you check whether it is supporting multiple options or not? So there is a method called is multiple. Okay. Now see, in the previous program, we found the number of options in the drop down, right? So what we did, first we are identifying the web element. Under web element, we are finding the list of elements by using tag name called option. Then we found out using size. We found the size of the list. Okay, that is how we did that. In the select class, there is one method, direct method. The number of options in the dropdown. The number of options in the dropdown. Cell dot, there is a method called get options. Now see, get options, what it returns? It returns a list of web element. Get options, it returns a list of web element. And under list, if you want to find out, there is a method called size. That's it. Now see here, use number of options. So instead of writing 2 lines, I am writing in the single line only. Because get options, it returns list of web element. Under list, if you want to find out the size, I mean number of elements, use dot size. Number of options. Right click, run as Java application. Now see, the number of options is 30. The number of options is 30. Number of options. Right. Suppose if you want to get how many number of options are selected. So in this case, only one. Suppose if you want to get that number of options selected, cell dot get all selected options. Get all selected options. Get all selected options. What it returns? It returns list of web element. Get all selected options. What it returns? It returns list of web element. Okay. So again, list, if you want to find the size, dot size. So in the single line, you are writing int selected options. So number of options selected. So the answer is 1. The answer is 1. Okay. So let us find out whether it is giving 1 or not. Why? Because this drop down is allowing only one option at a time, right? So you can't select more than one option at a time. Okay, so number of options selected is 1. Now here we have three types of methods are available for the selecting the option, like select by index, select by visible text, select by value. Similarly, there are also like three types of methods are available for deselect. That means unselect the option. Select by index, select by visible text, select by value. Similarly, there is method called deselect by index, deselect by visible text, deselect by value. So once you selected the option, after that if you want to deselect it, then you need to use deselect by index, deselect by visible text, deselect by value. Like that, you have three kinds of methods are available. Okay, but there is a condition. If you want if you want to deselect the value, first you should select more than one option. If you select more than one option, in that you can deselect any one of the option. If you selected only one option, you can't deselect it. Okay? There are methods: deselect by index, deselect by text, deselect by value. So these are all the selection and these are all the deselection. Okay. But if you want to deselect it, note. If you want to deselect, you should select
More than one.
more than one option. More than one option. Okay. So you should select more than one option. Then only you can do the deselect. But in my experience, I never use these methods. I did not get chance to use these methods. But intentionally, once you select it, nobody wants to deselect it. But conceptually, the WebDriver guys, they provided these methods and all. So if you want to deselect it, you should select more than one option. Okay. So this is the way you need to handle the drop down. So if the tag name for the drop down is a select, they provided a class called select class. So under that we have different kind of methods for different operations. Yeah, Rosie, Kusuma, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Kusuma?
No, sir.
Right. Rosie?
No, sir.
See, generally whenever I do interview, I'll ask a question: how to select randomly? So we have selected the options whatever we want right now. So based on index or based on text or based on value, whatever we want, we selected it. But what we want is we should select randomly. Random in the sense, during runtime only it will pick one value. During runtime only it will pick one value. Till that time we don't know what is the value it is going to select. It can select any value. So if you want to do that, first you should know how to generate the random number. First you should know how to generate random number. First you should know that how to generate the random. Once you get the random number, whatever the number you are getting it, that number you should pass it to the select by index. Why? Because out of these three methods, the method which is accepting the numbers is only select by index. So you have to use that method. Okay. So take it as exercise. We will see on Monday. Monday means your Monday. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.